Hi everyone, so I'm going to do the Calvin shrimp that I put up the other day, except this time I'm going to do it on a double. Remember my glasses this time, which is a bonus. So just starting off with a bit of Red Uni Thread, so just tying them in here. Now the Calvin shrimp is obviously called the Calvin shrimp because of the Calvin shrimp. You say that quickly. Yes, obviously there is the Calvin shrimp, but this is kind of based on the shrimp patterns that we know, like the black shrimp, curries red, you know, all the standard patterns. So I'm just basically incorporating the colours of the Calvin shrimp into a shrimp pattern as a bit of an idea. So bit of gold oval here. This is a size small, which I'm just going to use in the rear as a tag, and to obviously hold the pheasant rump feather that I'm going to put as the tail. So again, in all the shrimp videos, I've got this really nice fiery brown pelt here that I shot last season. I'm going to try and get some done for people if they want them once I start shooting, obviously, if I have to shoot. So I'm just going to tie in this tail here, like so. Back into that. It's a lot easier to tie on than a treble also. But I'm leaving these bits here, which I'll obviously get to at some point, but to tie in. But at the moment, I'm not really bothered about them. So I'm just going to use the scissors to scrape the fibres to get them going the right way. It's not particularly important, but I do it anyway. I use most of the tail. This is a much bigger hook. It's a size 4. I'm only doing it on a size 4 just because it's easier to see everything. Obviously, most of the sizes you'd be tying this on would probably be 8s, 10s, 12s, even 14s. If you want something nice and small. So I'm just stripping that away. Push these back so they don't get caught. Tie this in here like so. Now I'm going to tie all this up, tidy it up, just to keep it nice and neat. Cut that away. Right, so I'm just going to get these in place there. So perfect. Right, so next thing I'm going to do, or I did in the last one at least, is I tied in some gold crystal flash, which is here. I got this from Andre. Really nice rich gold colour. So I'm going to tie on both sides. I'm going to do one this side and then two, so tighten and fold it back. Keep that there, so same length as the tail, like so, and then I'm going to do another one on this side. So there's four strands in total here. Now obviously it completely depends on how many you want. There's no rule. Again, I mean, this is just a made up pattern style anyway, so it doesn't matter. The next thing I'm going to do, just because there's a bit of pink in this, is I've got some pink angel hair here. It's a bit of loop, pink, as you can see if I get it right there. So I'm just going to take a few pink strands out of this and put it in the tail too. This wasn't on the original one that I did, but I'm making them up as I go. So again, same as with the gold crystal flash, just one in that length, and one in here. This is really when you're selling to people, not obviously to fish. This is just aesthetics. Right, folding that all the way back to the hackle, so those are in. Then obviously cut off there. So I mean, it looks pretty all over the shop, but I'm really not bothered. In the water, that'll just all come nice, streamlined. It'll look grand. Right, so for the rib, I've got some opal Mirage here, so I'm just going to cut off a slither of that. This in here. So I'm not too worried about the body being all delicious and flat and all the rest of it, because obviously we're putting dubbing on here, so it doesn't really matter. Right, so I'm going to get my chuck and duck and ducky, a little bit of wax on there, and I'm going to use this wicked Calvin mix here from Blob and Buzzer, pre-mixed. You can buy it, and it's just right for the job. Lots of nice colour combos here, so I'm just going to blend this onto my thread here. Go up there. It's full of lovely, lovely colours. I never really know how much of this to use, but I like it fairly. Not as long as it's tight and it's not going to disappear on you. Nice and low. Yeah, so that'll be fine. I mean, you can scrape that with a brush if you want. Totally up to you. I'm not going to bother with this one. So I'm just going to go 1. I'm going to go 2. And then I'm going to go 3 turns of oval. And that'll form the rib. Nice and bright. Smash in. Right, I'm going to do a little bit of a change than the first one I did. I put some underwings under the hackles to try and incorporate the colours of the Calvin. So what I'm going to do on this one, I had orange in it before, but I'm going to use, for the back one, I'm going to use some really nice red. So this is hen hackle, just like so. All I'm going to do is strip off some of the fibres and put them in here like so. There's the underwing, so one there. So this I'm basically just doing to the length of the tag there, just going back into the hook. So I'm going to do the red one at the back. I didn't put any red in the original one, but I think we should on this one. So again on the underside, put that in. It's a bit longer, so shortening up a bit. There we go, like so. Tie them in so they're nice and secure. You can see both on that side, yeah. Good. And then here, nicely done. Right, now I'm going to take this really nice, rich pink cock hackle that I've got, one I did earlier. I'm going to pop him in the middle section here. Well, I've made these a bit longer because of the long hook. Just put him in there. So if you're using dubbing, you know, I like to go super secure and make sure that everything is tight, because again, like I said with dubbing, it doesn't matter if the body's necessarily perfect. You can just tie in there. Right, so I'm just scraping the fibres here. Get caught there. I'm just going to cut this thing away, just get the border of it. Trying to get the right length here. So I think the one I had before was a little bit short. Yeah, I think that's okay. Right. peel off the unnecessary. I always do. Got a nice tie-in point. You can see the red coming through. Use hen hackle for the underwing because it's thicker. If you use bucktail, sorry, not bucktail. If you use buck fibres, they're obviously a lot thinner, so you won't be able to see them as much. So that's the pink wing in there. Now we need to tie in the rib again, so that's a bit more of the oval Mirage. Tinsel there. So this stuff, or rather, and more wax. And add in some more of the same dubbing as the front. This Calvin mix, which is cool. Don't need to leave too much room at the front because we've only got the two underwings, the Hackle and some JC. I say only, I mean that's a few bits and pieces, but we'll be right. Right, so we're probably just going to do two here at the front. So, no, not like so. Probably made them a little hard. So just tie him in, just lay a little bit of foundations there for the front bit. Good. Perfect. Right. So now we're going to do the underwing, and I'm going to use the orange end to do the underwings. So same as the red at the back. Just strip off a few fibres. Put these in here. Like so. And again, the same with the underneath. So this is the basically the same as I do with the Curry's red with the red. There we go, we've got the orange. Just nip that away. Tie them in. So there you go, you've got the orange now under the red. And finally, the last hackle we're going to put in is Orange Badger. Nice hackle. So again, one I've pre-done. Try and make these videos a bit quicker. So just tie that in nice and tight. So scrape the vein. Chop off a bit of that. White. Get this hackle on here. Now, sometimes you get a hackle that just really does not want to play. I don't think this is one of those times, but sometimes it's just something really right pain in the ass. So what have we done now? 3 turns. Strip, 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 strip. There we go. Tie them in. Again, if you don't use hand hackles on the main hackles, because if you do, just millions of times, you just end up covering the body and all the nice colours that you've put in the body. It's currently looking fairly cool, I think. Lengths are okay. Yeah, that's pretty smart. And last but not least, going to add in the JC. I've always been afraid of bigger eyes on these things, but I think with the shrimp patterns, you use bigger eyes. I was used to use too small eyes, especially for something like the curry shrimps. I was always, I mean, this can be used with even bigger eyes than I'm putting on now, but the fish will send in their complaints, no doubt. Alright, it looks fine. A little bit more. Fold these back. Security. Perfect. And then just finish them off. Tools get caught up. So there you have it. That is my Calvin shrimp. Just going to cut away the veins from the JC. And then obviously Sally Hanson Red ×2, and then the hard as nails on top. There you go. Tight lines.